Okay, here we go. This is the second video for 2.3, multiplying and dividing real numbers. So let's just dive right in here. The same things apply as we mentioned before. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. So if the signs are the same, the answer is different. If the signs are the same, the answer is positive. If the signs are different, the answer is negative. Okay, just like we mentioned before. So here we go. This is 8 divided by 2, which is 4. You might also see it written like this with the negative in parentheses. So we have 8 divided by negative 2. The signs are different. The answer is negative. Okay. Once we get into algebra, we don't really use these symbols very often. You're going to recognize a division problem as a fraction. Okay, a fraction is a division problem. Okay, so this is 8 divided by 2, which is 4, and the answer is negative. Okay, so one thing you might want to use is you can't think about this as negative 8 over negative 2, right? Because the whole thing is negative, which means only one of them can be negative. So for this class, I would just kind of think about it as the denominator being negative. That might help you in the future save some steps later. Okay. Here we actually have a negative divided by a negative, so we should know that the answer is going to be positive. And so we get positive 4 there. Okay, simple enough, pretty much calculator work. All right. Again, we're just a little bit more complex problems here, but really it's just calculator work. Just remember, when you're dividing, you want to put this number in first and then divide it by your second number. So this is just going to be negative 3.543. Simple as that, just calculator. Again, we can certainly just type this into the calculator, but if you wanted to do this longhand, you could certainly do negative 2/9. And if you remember back from middle school, that was the KISS method, right? You keep it, switch it, switch it. So you switch this to from a division symbol to a multiplication symbol, and then you flip it or switch it to the reciprocal, which is just switching these around. So it's 9/4, and you get negative 18 over 36, which reduces down to negative 1/2. So again, if you just type this out, it's probably going to spit out that right away, but just to show you the long version. All right, so same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and do it longhand. Keep it, switch it, flip it. We're going to do negative 3 over 2. We got the signs are the same, so I know the answer is going to be positive. I'm going to get 3 times 3, which is 9, over 5 times 2, which is 10. So I get a positive 9/10. Okay. All right. Again, you could do this longhand. You could do 2 times 4, which is, you multiply these two numbers, and then you add the numerator. So 2 times 4, which is 8, plus 3, which is 11. And you keep the same denominator. So just put that 4 down in there. And then again, we're going to keep it, switch it. So this is just 4, but really 4 can be written as 4 over 1. So if we flip it, it's 1/4. And now we can multiply straight across. We get 11 times 1, which is 11, and 4 times 4, which is 16. Okay, if you wanted to just type this straight up into the calculator, your n over d key is just a regular fraction. But if you want a mixed number, you can hit the second key, and then you're going to access that green function that is like it's a big U, and then the fraction n over d. So that's the mixed number. All right. All right, now we got some absolute value symbols here. So we have negative 21 over 7. So we just want to simplify in here first. So just divide that out. That is negative 3. Bad 3. There's a good 3. What's the absolute value of negative 3? It is positive 3. All right. How about a square root problem? If we have, I don't know, 27 over 3, We need to simplify in here first. 27 divided by 3 is 9. And then we just take the square root of 9, which is 3. Okay. I got some try it problems. Why don't you guys try this problem out? How about negative 20.3 divided by 14.8. Pause the video, try these 3 problems, and then I'll give you the answers. Okay, hopefully you did that. You should have gotten negative 1.37. If you want to round that to the nearest tenth, it would be negative 1.4. Next one here, we're going to get negative 3 over 2. And this one here, we're going to get positive 4 over 21. All right, good. Commutative property and associative property of division? Well, let's see. If we take, let's do 4 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So commutative property was saying that the order doesn't matter. Is 2 divided by 4 the same thing? Ooh, no, it's not. That is 0.5. So no, that doesn't work. And then associative property, well, we kind of know if the commutative property isn't going to work, associative property isn't either. So 2 divided by 4, and let's do, I don't know, 2 again. Divided by 4. So if these go in first, that's going to equal 0.5 divided by 2. Oh, this is getting ugly. We're going to get, which is 0.25. All right, let's try the other side. If we did this part first, we get, 4 divided by 2, that's 2. And then 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, so 0.25 and 1 are not equal. So it looks like associative and commutative property do not apply to division. Okay? All right, last thing we got to learn for this unit is this bring the pain section. So when we have a fraction like this and we've got terms that are not alike, we can just divide them both. So we can just kind of make this easier by just creating 2 kind of separate problems. This is 8x divided by 4 and negative 12 divided by 4. Okay, and then we can just simplify these. So 4 goes into 8 twice. Don't forget the x. Negative 12 divided by 4 is negative 3. Okay, how about this one here? Make it 2 different problems. We get 2 over 2x over 3 plus 9 over 3. So 2 divided by 3, we can just keep that as a fraction. We can actually probably write that a little bit better like that. And then 9 divided by 3 is 3. Okay, let's do one more here. We have 8 plus x over 6. So let's see, we can do 8 over 6 on one side and then x plus 6. And so we can just reduce this fraction, which is 4/3 plus x over 6 would be fine. Another way we could write that would be 1/6 x. Okay, because there's like a 1 in front of those. So we could just look at the numbers in front and then just put the variable afterwards. But if you just kept that as x over 6, that would be fine too. But this is probably the best way to write that. Okay, that's pretty much it for this unit. I think you guys are going to do pretty well here. A lot of this, just like last week, is calculator work. So just make sure you pay particular attention to the problems like 17 through 20 and 28 through 32. Okay, because those are going to be a little bit more difficult. You can't really do those, all of those in a calculator. So make sure you get those ones or understand those ones really well. The rest should be just knowing how to use your calculator. All right, later.